Right, on today's video I'm going to ride the GS1300 in the ASA, which basically means it hasn't got a clutch. Look, a semi-automatic gearbox. On the last video I rode that one, which I filmed literally 10 minutes ago, so if you haven't seen that, I'm going to do it as two separate videos, so as not to bore you for too long. Oh god, I'm reaching for the clutch already. So please go and watch that one if you want to. Let's get on this one. So to start this one, you have to hold the front brake and press the... No, you don't. What do you do? I've done it wrong. That's in neutral. Front brake on. I didn't pull the front brake hard enough. So hold the front brake on and press the start at the same time. So that's what you need to do to start the beast. And then it's got a conventional little foot gear change there. It's very dirty, this bike. Press it into first. I'm in manual mode, so let's change it into auto. There you go, there's a little button just there, look. So you can have it in manual mode, which is at the moment, so you just use it up and down quick shifter as normal. The only difference being is you haven't got to pull the clutch in when you're sitting here like I am now when it's in gear. Or you press the little button there and that goes into D, if you can see on the GoPro there. So now it's in automatic mode. Right, mode, put it in dynamic. It's always a little bit more sprightly and dynamic. It's weird when you pull away because again you haven't got a clutch, but here we go. Oh, I changed gear with my foot then. Instinctively I changed gear with my foot and it did change in the second. So you can override this if you're in drive, or which is automatic, you can override it by using your foot, as I've just discovered. So I'm on autopilot. Right, don't use the gears, let it change itself. Oh yes, into second, very smooth. There was a slight clunk I heard down below towards the gearbox area. Let's have a little I'm going this lane. I'm filming this at coming up to 4 o'clock, so traffic's just starting to build up, which is ideal for me to do this and let go of everything without putting it into neutral. So I'll give the front brake a little squeeze and that puts the hill hold on, which is that, which I don't really need it now because I'm sitting on a flat piece of tarmac, but just to demonstrate, the hill hold is on, so basically the brake's on now. When you just move forward, the brake will come off and then off you will go, like you get in a lot of the cars nowadays. But the beauty of it, this automatic gearbox, is this: if you're in stop start traffic, you just stop and let go of the bars like I've just done now, and you haven't got to faff around with the clutch, as I've said twice now. Pulls away nice and smooth. Right, don't change gear, just let it do it itself. Fair old wangers on that one, bless her. That was a bit sexist, shut up. Right, so far so good. I'm in third gear apparently, looking at the dash, and it's behaving itself. Apparently if you buy one of these, it will learn how you ride after a while. So if you ride more spirited, it will tend to, I'm assuming in dynamic mode, it will tend to change gear at a higher rev. Or if you're quite lazy like me, whereas I tend to short shift a lot, then it will change at lower revs. So it kind of learns how you ride, your riding style. It does take a while to do that, and because this is a demo bike, it's going to be thinking, I don't know what the hell I'm supposed to be learning, because whoever's on it keeps changing their riding style. So I'm not expecting miracles from my short test ride. So again, as of the previous model, this is exactly the same, apart from, like I say, it hasn't got a clutch. Still in third gear. Is it going to change? See, I'll change about now if I was, oh, it's just changed into fourth and to fifth. Oh, that's weird. You can feel it. You can feel a slight clunk as it changes down. A slight little, whoops, a slight little jerk from first to second, but it's a slight like little lunge forward, as though you've got the gear change slightly wrong if you was clutching it, if that makes sense. Hello mate. Oh, Alright, I didn't like that much. I was going along in fourth, right, it's in fourth gear, and I just whacked the throttle open slightly. It's gone into fifth gear now. I just whacked the throttle open slightly and it changed down, it must have changed down 2 gears, and it was quite lungy just then. I want to find a bit of a twisty roads, because a lot of people was saying on the Facebook pages that they don't like this. A lot of them were not liking it. I didn't turn that camera on. Never mind, it's not the end of the world. A lot of people were not liking the gearbox because they found it changes gear when you're not kind of expecting it, and it's a bit unnerving when you're going around a roundabout or a sweepy sort of road and it will suddenly change gear, which I can see that being a little bit unnerving, to be honest. But I have been told, I don't know whether this was a recent thing they've updated, but because it's got the lean angle like gyro-y things on there, the bike's going to know if you're banked over, and it won't just suddenly change gear when it's banked over, unless it has to. So say you're going around a bend in fourth gear and you're screaming the engine, redlining the engine, then it will change to the next gear because of that. Or again, if you're going around a bend in sixth gear and you should be in fourth, it will change down because you're labouring the engine. But if you're in the correct gear going around the correct bend, it will just behave itself without any unexpected gear changes when you're pitched over. Apparently so. And this one's got a heated seat. I so wish my 1250 had a heated seat. This one's it's 18 degrees. I've got this heated seat on and I've got the heated grips on by the feel of it, and I can't remember how you turn them off, so I'm going to get a sweaty body. I might go right here. So I go right here, where's it? Ooh, what the fuck? Okay, now man, that was a bit of a shall I shan't I go. Second gear. Some pace in that. That had got some pace. I think the front wheel lifted a little bit. That's an half go, you know. It does jerk a little bit when you literally are in a higher gear, like I'm in fifth at the moment. It's gone into sixth. So if I suddenly like pin it, you just drop one gear then down to fifth. But there is a bit of a jerk. I think it would take a little bit getting used to, because again, like I said, I haven't rode automatic bikes before. Well, I've rode this, but only for like an hour. Out of my 45 years of riding, I've done an hour on one of these. I think it was the GSA actually that I took out, I can't remember now. So it does take a little bit of getting used to, because obviously the same as in a car, if you drive a manual car and then you get in an automatic car, it doesn't necessarily feel any worse. You don't feel like, oh my god, this is horrible. It just feels different. So different means with a vehicle it takes a little bit of adjusting and a little bit of getting used to, because you get now and then you get an unexpected, you know, like I said, when I pin the throttle, it sort of lunges a little bit as it changes down and goes. So I think with time, obviously you get used to that. I just spoke to a customer of Wollaston's who pulled up next to me when I was just getting the camera on this, and he's got an ASA one, and that's the first ASA bike that he's had. And he was saying how much he loves it, and again, it's like I've just outlined, I suppose a lot of what I said is through him really, that it does take a little bit of adjusting, because sometimes the bike does change gear, not the exact point that you would manually, but he says once you get used to that, he says it's so nice. And in traffic, like I demonstrated back there near the showroom, you just literally stop, put the hill hold on, a little firm press of the front brake, and let go of the bars, and you haven't got to worry about holding the clutch in during stop-start traffic. So that does make a lot of that is a definite game changer. One thing I would add as well, which is a good benefit to this bike, before I was going to say that at the end, but I will forget, so I'm going to say it now, is that if you leave it in first gear, which is essentially park, and walk away with the key in your pocket, you cannot put this bike in neutral and wheel it away without the key. It won't go into neutral. So as far as I can see, as far as I'm concerned, that's a good safety point, a good thief deterrent. It's probably a better option than having a disc lock, I would say, because you've literally got to drag it with its back wheel dragging behind you with all that weight, so it's going to be pretty hard. If you just put a disc lock on the front and leave it in park as well, it's yeah, it's going to be a good, it's one more layer of security, put it like that. Right, so I put it in manual. I've rode it in auto for long enough. So let's try and, where's the button again? Oh yeah, it's over here. Can I do that on the fly? Right, I'm now in manual. You don't have to shut the throttle or anything, you can just flick it. And now I'm in manual. So down 2 with the foot as normal. So you ride this exactly the same as a normal bike with a clutch on the quick shifter. 4th, 5th, 6th, 5th, 4th. Seamless gear changes. Whoa. I mean, you can't feel them gear changes. I think the slower you go and you change gear, like on mine, there will be a slight jerkiness to it. But if you don't even need to pin it, you're just sort of a little bit more spirited. Like, I'm not pinning it now, and I just touch that. It's like the gear selector on my foot is a lot softer on this one than on the clutch one. I think it's like, rather than mechanical, it's like electronic, I think. So you haven't, yeah, it feels like really soft, and it's not got that reassuring sort of like mechanical clunk, if you like. So the first time I'd done that, I couldn't really feel the gear shift, so I felt myself changing gear and thinking, have I changed gear? So I just glanced down at the dash, the 4th, 5th, 6th. So again, that's probably gonna be a slight adjustment to your riding style whilst getting used to that. So I can go down 2 gears here and not use the brakes at this leisurely pace. I've got muck on the road, so I'll go down one more just to yeah, let's go down one more. So I'm in 3rd now. 3rd, 4th, down 1 gear, no brakes. Not that I'm going mad, but I'm riding as fast as I feel in my sort of like comfort safety zone. And down to 40. My arse is roasted. How the hell would you turn this seat off? I don't know. I'll have to stand up in a minute. Air it. Give yourself a bit of air. Oh, there's nice. I do like this bike, you know. I wish I didn't like it so much. Oh, here's a beauty. So what have I concluded by this brief video? I would say that this bike is epic. Whether it's for me or not, I don't really know. I'm going to say no, only because oh, this is a bit tight, this bit, isn't it? Why have I come down here? There's nothing even coming, because I need 2 sides of the road to get around there. I mean, you know, just doing this, like I say, it's exactly the same as a normal bike. You don't need the clutch, you just use a quick shifter. Or if you want it in lazy mode, you put it in automatic. Is that a plus point for the way I ride? Thank you. Hello, mate. Hello, mate. I don't know whether it is. I think being old school, I think I would still prefer a manual. Not taking anything away from this. This is an epic machine, and it's got a pretty epic gearbox as well. It does everything you need it to do. And if you're doing a lot of, I mean, you know, if you just want a lazier, is that the right word? Easier, lazier option of riding than using a clutch, then this is most definitely 100% worth a look. Get yourself into your local BMW dealership. They've always got test bikes like this, so all you need is a valid driving license and go in, book yourself out for an hour or so and go out for a ride. It's alright watching videos of numpties like myself riding these bikes to give you like a rough idea, but get yourself on one. So yeah, I think I should conclude this video here. So again, my last video that I put up was me riding one of these with a clutch, and this is the video, as you would know if you got this far in the video, me riding one without the clutch. The differences are apparent. Whether one is more suited to you than the other is down to how you ride, really, and what you want from your riding. Me personally, I think the clutch one's edging it, only for me, in my very humble, silly opinion, because as I've outlined, I like it sort of the old school clutch, but not taking anything away from this. This is a magnificent machine, and this gearbox is magnificent. So hopefully that's been of some use to you guys out there. God, my arse is so hot. And on that note, I shall cut this short. Well, it's not that short. And if you got to the end, thanks very much for watching, and I'll speak to you on the next one. Cheers for now, guys. Bye.